Living on fruit for 20 years. How do I get shredded eating so much fruit? Want to get shredded lean? Want to get fitter? Want to get healthier? You have to introduce more fruits and vegetables in your diet, and I'm going to give you the why and the how. Stay there until the end to learn more how to get lean and shredded on a raw food diet. I'm really happy to announce that 3 of my 10 books are now published in English, available on Kindle and print on demand on Amazon. My main book, The Eden's Diet, The Guide to Raw Frugivorism, the original diet. This is the most updated and comprehensive science book about diets. What we have in terms of raw foods, every detail that you need to understand to thrive in a raw food diet, to have more longevity and better health. In my humble opinion, what everybody in the world should understand. The Hygienic Fasting Nature Surgery, my most sold book in Portuguese. I'm pretty sure this is the best book on fasting in the world, the most updated in terms of science and in terms of natural hygiene practice. All the books have numerical bibliographical references, so it's not what I'm saying, but actually I can prove it. I quote by numerical references the scientific articles, the name of the scientist, the name of the journal, the scientific journal, the page, the year, and Natural Delicacies, Cooking Without a Stove, one of my recipe books with a lot of delicious raw vegan recipes like pancakes, cheese, dulce de leche, crepe, cakes, and a lot of delicious recipes without sugar, without oil, without salt, without anything that would damage your health. You want to learn more, get better in a raw vegan diet, get better in a natural hygiene lifestyle, be more productive, longevous, and healthy, you must read them. Hi there, I'm Dr. Corassa, clinical nutritionist from Brazil that have saved his own life almost 20 years ago through lifestyle medicine called natural hygiene or the science of health. So since then, I have dedicated my life to spread the word about health is produced by healthful living. How you can improve your health by natural means without depending on myself or supplements or medical doctors or surgeries or drugs to produce health. Instead of that, just sunshine, sleep, exercise, diet, and other small details that can improve your capacity to live a healthier, better life. First, for weight loss, we need a lot of fiber. Fiber modulates the microbiome and helps with a lot of hormones and a lot of biochemical process that enhances your metabolisms and your hormones. So when you eat fiber, it acts like it is similar to a Mounjaro or Ozempic because it deals with the same hormone, GLP-1. Fiber indicates your brain satiety through modulating leptin, ghrelin. Also, fiber makes you eat less because it fills your stomach with something that doesn't have calories, right? But the fiber feeds your microbes. So fiber actually modulates your microbiome, your microbiota that has like 20,000 genes that actually helps you to modulate your epigenetics, your hormones, your metabolism. It influences your whole body physiology. And for sure, nature knows what she's doing. When you come back to the old habits, to the habits that our ancestors had, eating like more than 100 grams of fiber, according to poop from Paleolithic ancestors of ours. They eat around 100 grams of fiber per day, the same amount that the Hadza tribes and other primitive tribes nowadays eat, and the same amount, around the same amount that I eat as well when I eat a frugivore diet. And no, a frugivore diet, a fruitarian diet is not only fruit. People are wrong in that, I will explain in the end, but for sure, first thing to weight loss, it's increase your fiber intake. People are deficient in fiber. They're eating less than 20 grams of fiber per day. If you increase the fiber intake, you will lose weight and get more lean. If you want to feel and look shredded, for sure, having more fiber, reduce your total caloric intake, and then you get this lean it. You can see more your muscles because the fat goes off. Second important part for getting lean is phytonutrients. Now that I got your attention, I can put a shirt on. A lot of people in the Brazil channel says like, no, use your t-shirt, take your t-shirt off, you know, but like I'm a nutritionist, so I want to pass an idea. But for sure, catching people's attention is important and showing some results is also important. But second thing for weight loss is phytonutrients. These colorful fruits, vegetables have phytonutrients that speed up your metabolism. We call diet-induced thermogenesis. That means when you eat these phytonutrients, they speed up your metabolism. Like who eats plant-based, and I don't mean vegan, but plant-based have in research 17% more metabolic rate. So for sure, eating more phytonutrients enhances your metabolism, so you burn more fat. Third point is de novo lipogenesis. We are not efficient in transforming sugars into fats. So when you eat a high carbohydrate diet, it has a lot more difficulty for this carbohydrate to become fat. But when you eat a high fat diet, depending on for sure the kind of high fat, right? Because, oh, I have been thriving on a carnivore diet for sure. Carnivore, when do with whole foods, like when do with meat instead of processed meat, and you pay attention to other lifestyle factors, I don't think you're going to get fat for sure. Maybe clogging your arteries, but for sure, you're not going to get fat. And I don't mean that fat makes you fat, but for sure, a lot of olive oil, a lot of refined fats will contribute for sure, right? And mixing the carbohydrates with the fats, a lot of fat for sure will increase your propensity to get fat. As I said, it's not just about diet, it's about lifestyle. The intermittent fasting, the time you have dinner, the time you go to sleep, the amount of exercise and other variable factors. But for sure, fiber, diet-induced thermogenesis through phytonutrients, and de novo lipogenesis, eating more carbohydrates, less fat, will actually help you to get shredded. And that's what we do in a frugivore diet, because plants are all about carbohydrates, all about photosynthesis. And that's why the 3 trillions of our cells in our bodies run on carbs. So fourth aspect is for sure hydration. Yes, if you want to lose weight, you have to be well hydrated. That means for sure you can drink a lot of water and that actually increase your thermogenesis. For example, having 500 ml of water more increases the caloric expenditure. So it's good to drink a lot of water, but water nowadays is highly contaminated by petrochemicals, and these petrochemicals are also endocrine disruptors that cause weight gain, obesogenic substances. What do I suggest is cleaner water from coconut water and from the plant foods, because these, for example, you can see the persimmon, it's so full of water. This is like, if I pinch over here, will release a lot of water. This water is created H3O. It's better than H2O because it's structured water with phytonutrients, vitamins, minerals, fiber, a lot of substances that actually help to lose weight, help you to maintain a healthy weight, but it's a cleaner water because of the green liver concept. Plants actually filter with their liver. Yes, for sure, you cannot see a liver. It's not a liver like in a human being or in an animal, but it's still a liver. So plants actually clean the water for us. So the plant water is cleaner, is healthier than the water we are drinking nowadays. So what I suggest is reducing your consumption of cooked food, reducing your consumption of salt and anything that causes you dehydration, and increasing your consumption of coconuts, fruits, vegetables, and all these foods that are rich in water, because for sure, it's not all plant foods that are rich in water. Try to eat beans, cooked beans, and see if you need more water or less water. After you eat cooked beans, you will feel the need for water. So for sure, you can drink water, but it's actually better to eat water instead of drinking water. even when you have like soup, pea soup instead of peas, you end up eating less calories because of the water and because of the water-induced thermogenesis, as we said. So increasing the amount of water any way you want it, even from filtered water. You know, I have a reverse osmosis filter. I have a clay filter over here. So it depends on what you're using, but for sure, any kind of water, it's better for you to increase it. Vitamins and minerals. Our fifth component of weight loss in a fruitarian diet is vitamins and minerals. Why? Because they actually increase your metabolic rate. They aid you to lose weight. Not directly, but indirectly by improving the body's functions. For example, vitamin C helps you to burn more fat, oxidize more fat during exercise. The vitamin B complex, which more B6 and B9, is actually correlated with lower body weight, smaller waist circumference, and lower levels of body fat. For example, there are studies suggesting that calcium influences fat metabolism and storage. Magnesium are correlated to blood sugar and metabolism. So not just vitamins, but also minerals. And even vitamin D, for example, who have better vitamin D levels in the blood have less obesity. So yes, vitamins, minerals, even vitamin D have vitamin D on these, but these are exposed to vitamin D, and for sure there's some connection that maybe one day we are going to discover. But until now, what are your thoughts on this? Have you tried eating more fruits and vegetables to see if you lose more weight? And what are your thoughts on the raw food diet? Can you comment below for me? I was obese for almost 22 years. I fought with obesity. I was always losing the fight because I always fat, sick, tired, unhealthy, and now for sure, for almost 20 years now, 18 years and a half, I have been living on a frugivore diet, really ripe fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and a lot of other stuff. Like I use, for example, chickpeas, sprouted, coconuts. Here I have like some flax crackers. You can have a lot of different foods and still be in a frugivore diet, because frugivore diet means you're eating primarily fruits and vegetables and not exclusively fruits and vegetables. For sure, this helped me a lot, and I want to know from you, would you try a raw food diet? So check this out. This is my fridge in the fall. I love persimmons, you can tell that, so I buy lots and lots and lots of persimmons. And I also buy A-grade Palmer mangoes. Look at this, the size of the mango and the color of the mango. The smell, this is like amazing, one of the best quality mangoes I ever had. So for sure, you can see a lot of persimmons. I buy like 200 maybe or even more for 50 reais less this week on the farmer's market. That means less than $8 for 200 and something persimmons. It's too cheap, right? Because in the end of the farmer's market, what they don't sell, they just give really cheap. Atemoya, bananas, look at this huge orange. My dad actually planted, we call earth orange. It's just for juicing because she's not that sweet, but like, yeah, it's pretty good. Missouri banana, that is like the mix of two kinds of bananas over here. These go black for sure. The bananas can go black in the fridge, but they're actually still quite good. This is a plantain, for example. I have put in the fridge like just 2 days ago, so they haven't gone black yet. But when they go black, that doesn't mean they went bad. That just means that they oxidize on the skin, right? So you can still eat on the inside, it's pretty good. So I have here papayas that I harvested in the yard, dried coconuts, avocado, curcumin, and ginger, and take a look at here, please. Yes, for sure. I have here bananas that are completely black, but they're still pretty good. Cucumbers, tomatoes, pumpkin, steamed pumpkin. I almost never eat steamed pumpkin, but I love this kind of pumpkin, so good. So a friend of mine was over, he brought a pumpkin, so we steamed it. And this is the second fridge. A lot of persimmons, chayote, zucchini, whole watermelon, like 20 kilos of watermelon, lemon from the yard, papayas from the yard, and a little bit of other vegetables. I always have a lot of fresh coconuts, pitayas harvested from the yard, avocado, papayas, a lot of persimmons, oranges and lemons and limes harvested from the yard, a little bit of like dried legumes and nuts and seeds as well that I store, like lentils, chickpeas, and peas. This is going to be the food for the day, right? Maintain myself in intermittent fasting until noon or 10 a.m. or something like that. But like my main meal for sure is at noon. I eat around, I drink 2 coconuts during the morning so I can maintain some blood sugar and don't feel hungry. Maintain the fasting easier, right? For sure, I have fasted most of the times to noon without drinking coconuts, but I love to drink coconuts in the morning. At noon, I eat a lot of fresh fruits and really ripe fruits. Like today, I'm going to eat probably at least 10 persimmons, a mango, pitaya, papaya from the garden, and I will also include some coconuts and maybe some nuts and seeds. And at dinner, around 5 p.m., really early dinner, I will eat a lot of vegetables. I will probably do cucumber noodles with tomato avocado sauce, a lot of these fresh herbs like coriander, oregano, chives, etc. And for sure, I have here even an atemoya to eat a little bit, some lime to dress up the salad. For protein, I have some flax buckwheat crackers, and I have some sprouted chickpeas. And that's it, for sure. A fruitarian diet, I just put that on the title, but it's not a fruitarian. It's actually a raw food, frugivore diet, natural hygiene diet. That means I'm only eating whole food, fresh food, raw foods. But for sure, I include more than just fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables predominate my diet, but I include algae, mushrooms, nuts and seeds, any other raw foods. And for sure, if you don't want to be a vegan, you can even include some animal products, because a lot of primates, for sure, they have small amounts, a small intake of animal products. So, or you supplement B12, or you have to have a small ingestion of animal products, right? But still, the main thing, the main message is to eating fresh food, whole food, a high in fruits and vegetables. That is the basis of our diet. This is the basis of human diet along evolution. It's not just fruits and vegetables, but for sure, fruits and vegetables predominate. We are frugivore animals. Like this. And don't forget, there's the other video, 7 best fruits for weight loss. I invite you to watch it. I'll put on the description and on the cards below. I talk about some fruits that help weight loss more than the others and the biological mechanisms, showing the research behind it. But if you want to learn from me, I have 3 books that I have already published on Amazon, print on demand, and Kindle. So you can read the science behind a raw food diet, a hygienic fasting, and recipes, natural delicacies, cooking without a stove. So you can understand more how to apply a raw food diet. But for sure, I have 10 books that I will continue to translate more. The next one will be the anti-cancer diet. They're all really high sense, the most updated science out there. And also, I attend patients in private sessions and online. I run retreats here in January, Carnival, and July in Brazil in my property. Tennis court, 350 fruit trees, 4 blocks from the beach, a beautiful paradisiac place in the countryside of Rio de Janeiro. And I have 6 online courses that are still being translated to English. You can help yourself with the services and help us to reach more people with the message of health is produced by healthful living. If you like the channel, don't forget, subscribe, hit the bell button for notification, give it a thumbs up, comment below, share the video, and don't forget to watch these videos to know more. And health is produced by healthful living and much frugal health. See you next time.